Is this readable? Yo! Oh yeah! Aya Trolla Komatme. Thanks for following, man. I appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. Alright, let's talk about Nox. Oops. Okay, let's talk about Nox team. So she's the goddess of night and stuff, right? Her passive evolves around enemies casting stuff, which is most comparable in Smite with Chuck's passive, where he auto attacks 5 times in a row. You don't have to do it in a row. And then after the 5th auto attack, your next spell is cost free. There is an item in Dota and Heroes of Newerth for that. That's like a small, I don't know, magic stick, magic wand, something that charges up if gods or heroes, whatever, in nearby cast something, and you can replenish mana and health, and that's a really cool item, and this reminded me of this. So this passive, I don't know, I feel it's really weak, and I mean, I don't want to spoil anything, but overall Nox is not a very good god at the moment, I feel. And probably the best you can do with the Flame of Night is, I don't know if this is too much or something, but I was thinking about something like, every time someone casts there, she gets 1 charge, and also in addition to that, they either like burn their mana for like 2% or something, or burn their HP for 2%. I don't know how about this, like how the scaling works, but I think this would be way better, and they just have to find a good point there. Just in addition to her passive now, which is a good idea and shit, but it doesn't affect her too much because I've never run out of mana with her in lane, especially in solo lane. So something like this would probably be even a better idea. Yeah, that's her passive. It's not very strong at the moment, and I think buffing the passive would even be fine. So her 1, I was reading a tweet about this, and I want to read this. Her 1 is worse than Chang'e's 2 or Nemesis 3. Can't even mitigate tick damage from gods like Anubis. And that pretty much sums it up. So her 1 has a 20-second cooldown. 20 seconds is a long time for an ability like this. And lasts for 1 second. Let's compare this to Chang'e. Chang'e's 2. Oh, it actually doesn't give a duration. What is it? A second, 1.5. It cooldown goes down to 12 seconds. She restores mana. She is immune to anything that happens in that time, CC included, which is not for Nox, because you can just stun her. And she, because of her passive, she is 25% faster using that. So, Moonlit Waltz is just a million times better ability than Nox Shadow Barrier. The cooldown just doesn't go down. 90% damage reduction sounds cool, but for a second and 20-second cooldown compared to what Chang'e has, it's not very strong. Then we have Nemesis. Her 3 has an 18-second cooldown, which is 2 seconds shorter than Nox. It lasts double the amount of time, 2 second duration. It reflects damage, and it heals you, and the shield is up to 500. So that's just a big deal. And I just feel that, I don't know, compare Nemesis Shield, Chang'e's 2, and Nox 1, and Nox is definitely the weakest of all three, like by a huge margin. So that's currently not a strong ability. The one I like the concept of it, and it reminds me a bit of Templar Assassin. Let me check this real quick. Templar Assassin Dota. Because Templar Assassin has a really cool ability to reflect damage and shit. Refraction. Templar Assassin becomes highly elusive, avoiding damage and gaining bonus damage to a bonus to her damage. So she reflects either damage or auto attacks, and it goes from 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 to 7 or 17 seconds. Like, that's just a shield that's up. Let me show you this here. I'll put it in chat. And like, this is just, that ability is just so much better and would just work way better than what Nox has at the moment. And I think it's a good idea. They should just do that instead. So yeah, her one is pretty meh. Nightfall Raven does it's a small, I don't know, shooting AoE thingy where you will be clearing waves with it. It silences the person for 1 second, and it buffs your 3 if you hit it afterwards, so it hits twice basically. I personally like this combination of the 2-3. I didn't play her enough to say if this is a good scaling, a bad scaling. It feels a little bit weak. What's really cool and funny is, if you build a Gem of Isolation on Nox, you can kite people forever. So that might be a really interesting build on her. Because you slow people for 2 seconds with an ability that has a 3-second cooldown. Imagine some cooldown reduction on this. So you can constantly slow people with this. So, I don't know about the 2-3. It feels a bit weak, especially a lot of people talking about late game. You know, it's a bit weak. Oh, someone said actually something to this. They said, her 2 and 3 combo is just like Nuwa's 2 and 3, but no stuns and low damage output. Stun over silence. And her 3 has the same damage, has the same cooldown as Hebo, but damage is ridiculously low. And I agree. Nuwa can pull off a way better 2-3 than Nox can, and Nuwa's 2-3 is really fucking scary. Like, if you hear Nuwa popping her minions, all you want to do is run the fuck away, because when you're getting stunned, you're close to dead anyways. So that's what you want to try. Yeah, and Hebo's damage compared to what she has is also a joke. Like, yeah, Hebo is just a better version of this, so is Nuwa. So every ability we went so far through, like even the passive, like let's say Chuck, there is something better in the game already. Like, and I don't care if other abilities, like if a new god releases and the other abilities are not as good as, but they're just underwhelmingly bad compared, I feel. I don't know, it's not good. I just give Nox the same base damage as Hebo's water cannon on her 3 Kappa. she wouldn't have that. Like, Hebo's passive is like really good because he gets rewarded for spamming that 1-3 bullshit, you know? So yeah, her ultimate I have probably the biggest problem with. It's a cool idea, I like it. The problem is that Nox is really fucking squishy. And like, I compare Nox to Serket in the meaning that Nox is really squishy, but like, and Serqet has to get close to kill people, you know? Like Serqet, in her entire kit is just go in, kill someone, get out. Night Terror is, I don't know, it's like you have to be close to someone and hit that, and that's the next problem. Hit this ability. It has a 90-second cooldown, and you have nothing in your kit to guarantee that you're going to hit this. Serqet uses her too, and you can hit your one. Serqet uses her ultimate, and right after you can push someone against the wall and use your one and you hit it. Nuwa, you use your minions, you use your 3, and it's a big ass fucking AoE where you can just hit someone in that AoE. Yesterday I played Nox 2 Mastery 1, and I saw myself missing a lot of abilities, and I wouldn't call myself a bad player. It's just you have to have a teammate to guarantee that you're going to hit this, and that's the first thing. So you're hitting this, and now you're linked with someone only for 5 seconds. That's not a very long time. I don't know. Just overall, she's too squishy to do this. Like a Zhong Kui with this ability would be fucking awesome. But yeah. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I'll highlight this so people can watch this. I just feel it's not very strong. Can I add this for reference? Last word. Targets, what is this? Targets an enemy unit, placing a debuff on it. While the debuff is active, casting any spells causes the target to become silenced and take damage. If the duration of the debuff runs out without the target casting any spells, it will be silenced, take damage, and also be disarmed. From Silencer, which is just... like, this ability is just so much better. Holy shit. Initial debuff cannot be purged, however silence disarm can be. You know, and that's not even his ultimate. So, that's a good point, City. I'd like it more if Nox also had some sort of punishment for not casting anything during the chain. Yeah, exactly. Like, people can just wait 5 seconds and then kill her. Or they kill her in the time she has the ultimate up just with auto attacks. Like, on any AD, on any like Kali or Bakasura or Mercury, I don't know, they're like, alright, I'm just not casting, I'm just punching you in the face for 5 seconds until you fall to the ground. So, it's, I don't know, it doesn't feel very good. So yeah, Nox definitely needs some tuning. That's my 2 cents for this. I'll upload this to YouTube and to Twitch, to the highlights, and people can rewatch this. Thank you.